let's talk about my 5-star reads from 2024. In the order that I read them, starting off with Ruthless Vows. I started my year reading this book. This is the sequel to Divine Rivals. This whole duology is just so beautiful and immaculate and just tugs at all your heartstrings. It's not spicy, but it is such a beautiful, unique fantasy, and this was an easy 5 stars. Next up, I know this is slightly controversial, but this was my favorite book in the entire Crescent City series. Like, this was 10,000 million stars to me. I absolutely devoured this monster of a book. It was just such a beautiful conclusion. I really, really enjoyed this. Next up, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and a bonus with The 6 Scorched Roses. It's kind of a tongue twister novella. I didn't like the second book as much, but this one was an easy 5 stars. It's so good. It's spicy, it's vampires, it's got the Deathly Trials, everything you want in a good romantasy. But the novella, this is criminal that this is how long this book was. This was absolutely phenomenal. Both of these were just beautifully done. Changing up genres for a bit, but this is Listen for the Lie. This is a thriller arc that I received. This is the best thriller I've ever read. Not a single dull page, lots of twists and turns. I was laughing, I was stressed, I was anxious. I had no idea what the ending was gonna be. All the clues came together and I'm like, of course, how did I not see it? Born of Blood and Ash. Oh my gosh. I will say the beginning of this book was slow. It was definitely 200 pages of Sarah processing her trauma, but this is one of my favorite series of all time, and this finale really did give everything I wanted and more. I mean, look at that book. One of my favorite series ever. How could the finale not just be everything I wanted? Woo! This book definitely makes it into probably my top 3 reads of the entire year. This is The Ritual. Oh my gosh, I already made a whole post on this bad boy. It is spicy, it is delicious, the plot is thick. I like a dark romance, but usually you're not reading those books for the plot. You know what I mean? This book has plot. This book is a page turner. There's suspense, there's tension, but there's also just delicious smut throughout the entire thing. Definitely one of my favorite reads of all time. A Tribute of Fire. This is the first in a new fantasy series. I'm just mad that the second book wasn't out when I read this because the cliffhanger, oh my god, this is again another beautiful, little bit spicy, very, very unique first in a fantasy. I really did enjoy this, and if you haven't read it, I would definitely give it a try. Ba-da-ba! Number 1 book series books that I read in 2024 is the Caraval series. This series consumed my mind, body, and soul for weeks, if not months. I'm still thinking about this series. The way that this just consumed my personality while I was reading it and continues to just occupy my thoughts, I'm obsessed. I'm literally so obsessed. The first book I'm reading in 2025 will be Once Upon a Broken Heart because I need more Jacks in my life. Last but not least, I am only halfway through this right now. This will be the last book I read in 2024. This is Quicksilver. I am already kicking my feet and squealing and just, I love this. This is so good. I want to say this is like ACOTAR, but darker and spicier. It's got fairies, it's got vampires, it's got magic, it's got banter. Oh, it's delicious and I love it. Again, I'm only halfway through, but I already know this is going to be a 5-star read for the year.